Hello everyone, Paul here. Today I'm going to be looking at more pick 3 numbers. This is for June 7th. These are the numbers for June 7th and they're my predictions. These are based on the strategy video that I posted a couple days ago. So what I'm doing in here is I'm finding doubles. Now, if you guys are watching this video, I hope you guys have watched that video because this if you use this strategy with the formula that I put in a couple days ago, you have really a high percentage of winning. Now, yesterday I put out a video and I put out some numbers, but I personally didn't play because I didn't see any combinations that, in the beginning when you're doing this, it's kind of like a game of Minesweeper where your chances of winning are good, but you will probably hit a loser somewhere in there, and you just got to be. There's specific numbers that I look for to try and help increase my chances, and so I make these videos also as a way to go back to see if I was right on my predictions. So anyway, everything I mentioned in this video, it's related to the video that I made a couple days ago. And let's just look at the numbers. Okay, let's start from the top. And we'll go from Arizona. Nothing for Arizona. Now I'm looking for doubles is what I'm looking for. And when I find the doubles, you just plug it into the grid. Okay, Arkansas has 227. So if I were to do this one, which looks pretty good, but I would pick this one, but I look for other numbers. I personally look for 0 and 5 in the combination. So, but this looks like a good combination. Well, actually, this one isn't, because you add 5 to this number, you'll get a 7. So you have you'll have another set of doubles. So if you wanted to play this number, you would have to get the flip number of 2, and then all the numbers would be different. I wouldn't do anything for evening. California, nothing for midday, nothing for evening. Colorado, nothing for Colorado. Connecticut, nothing for Connecticut. Delaware, nothing for Delaware. Florida, okay, so if I would do it, I would do the evening, and the numbers would be, it would be 3, 4, and 8, and I'd plug that into the grid. And remember, you have your grid, you'll have your numbers, and then there's going to be a missing number. You remove that number from the combination, whatever it is. That's Florida. Georgia. Nothing for Georgia. Well, actually, yeah, Georgia has one. Okay, so if I was to do the midday for Georgia, I would be messing with the numbers 2, 7, and 8, and I plug that into the grid. Georgia, Idaho. No, that's not Idaho. Idaho. Okay, nothing for Idaho. Okay, I would do the evening for Illinois. 6, 7, 8. So I would be messing with the numbers 3, 8, and 6, and I would put that into the grid. Indiana. Nothing for Indiana. Iowa. Nothing for Iowa. Kansas. Nothing for Kansas. Kentucky. Nothing for Kentucky. Louisiana. Nothing for Louisiana. Maine. Nothing for Maine. Maryland. Nothing for Maryland. Massachusetts. Nothing for Massachusetts. Michigan. This one I think is a good candidate. Personally, I might even play this one later. So, you'd be working with the 2, you add 5 to it, so that you'd be working with 0, 2, and 7. So that's a good one, I think. Michigan. Minnesota. Nothing for Minnesota. Mississippi. Mississippi. Now, from what I've calculated, the higher the numbers are, the more of a chance it has to hitting like another double. I've known that the numbers like 0 and 5 are good numbers to pull from, so I wouldn't personally play this one, but if you want to, because when you add 5 to the 3, you're going to be having 9, 8, and 3. So when I get my numbers, when I look for a pattern, I get it to where all the numbers kind of get an average, if that makes sense. So all the numbers in the grid are kind of averaging in the same area. Like if you get the 9, 3, 3 here, you'd be putting 9 in the grid, 8 in the grid, and 3, which 9 and 8 are high numbers, so you might be missing out on a low number. So I personally wouldn't play Mississippi today. I'm gonna go back later and check to see if I was right on that too. It's Missouri. Nothing for Missouri. Montana. I don't think Montana has it. Nebraska. Nothing for Nebraska. New Hampshire. Nothing for New Hampshire. New Jersey. If I do the midday here, I would add 5 to the 5, and I'd be messing with 0, 5, and 9. If I did the evening, I'd add 5 to the 3, and then I'd be 2, 3, and 8. So those might have some good candidates today. But I personally look for 0 and 5. Which one was I in? New Jersey. New Mexico. Nothing for New Mexico. For the day, I personally wouldn't do this one. Like I've said, the higher the numbers, the more of a chance it's not going to hit, because all the numbers are high. Even if you add 5 to the 7, that's still 8, 9, 10. You're still messing with the numbers 2, 7, and 8, which I personally wouldn't do that. That's not a blend of averaging of the numbers. Okay, so New Mexico, New York. Nothing for New York today. North Carolina. If I were to do the daytime here, I'd be messing with the numbers. I put 5 to the 5, and I'd be putting 0, 5, and 8 would be the numbers. North Dakota. Nothing for North Dakota. Tennessee. Nothing for Tennessee. Good old Texas. I personally wouldn't do this one, but I would add 5 to the 6. And 5 to the 6 will give you 1, so you'd be messing with 1, 6, and 3. With the evening, I'd be putting 5 on the 8, and that will give me 9, 10, 11, 12. It'd be 3, 5, and 8. Nothing. And the night, if I want to do the night, I'd be messing around with the 6. I put the 5 to the 6. I'd have 1, 6, and 9. So Texas has some good chances of hitting, but they are hard numbers, so be careful with that. Vermont. Nothing for Vermont. Virginia. Nothing for Virginia. Washington, I don't think Washington has it. Yeah, they do. But they're not a good candidate for the day. West Virginia. Oh, here's a good one. Oh, I gotta write this one down. I think this has a good chance here. This might be the one I do today. 008. 5, add 5 to the 0, you'd be working with numbers 0, 5, and 8. Because I always like the 0s and the 5s when I'm doing my numbers. Because 5 is the mirror number of 0, and 0 is the mirror number of 5, and they're both, if you get them, they're both in between, so you might catch. So anyway, that's a good candidate. I'm going to have to look into that one. Anyway, that was West Virginia. Is there any more? Wisconsin. Nothing for Wisconsin. I don't think Wyoming has it. Nope. Okay, so that's all the numbers today. Make sure you guys refer to my video a couple days ago for the strategy on how to do all this. I go into detail. All these videos are not financial advice. Do this, do your own research, do your own process on it. Now, personally, before I let you go, on my communities tab yesterday, I wrote down numbers for the last 29 days, and out of those 29 days, I had, I went to state to state. These weren't daily, but I managed to get 20 wins and 9 losses. So that's based on the same strategy that I talked about a couple days ago. So this strategy is effective, but it is like a game of Minesweeper. Eventually, you will hit a loser somewhere in there, so just be careful. You guys can do straights or box. That's all up to you. I'm not responsible for any profit or loss. Anyway, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button.